So problem 7. A sample of 15 students were asked, how many hours do you work outside the home? And here are the numbers. One student worked 18 hours, one worked 21 hours, one student worked 1 hour. So determine the shape of the distribution of hours by drawing a frequency histogram. Okay, so let me just click this to enlarge it. So this is a histogram, 0 to 5 hours, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So this is a histogram. This is problem number 7. We have a histogram. And in this particular example, 0, 5, 10, 15, this one has a bar in the 10 to 15 range, which has height 1. That means there is one student that's worked between 10 and 15 hours. The bar is height 2 in the 15 to 20. So that means there are 2 students in the 15 through 20. So this is what this histogram says. Nobody worked 0 to 5. Nobody worked 5 to 10. One person worked 10 to 15, etc. So which one of these is correct? Well, actually, I can tell you very quickly, but I'll also show you how to do it using StatCrunch. What's the lowest number? The lowest number is 1. Somebody only worked 1 hour per week. So could that be choice A? No. Choice A has nobody in the 0 through 5. So choice A is incorrect. Could that be choice B? Could be. B has some people in the 0 to 5. See, this magnifying glass magnifies, gives you a bigger picture. Could it be choice C? No, choice C has nobody in the 0 to 5. So it has to be choice B. Choice B is the only one that has a bar that could correspond to this person who worked 1 hour. Okay, if we wanted to do this in StatCrunch, here's the double window icon. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent, but it might be 2 windows. If you click that, there are 2 possibilities. You can open it directly in StatCrunch, or you can copy it to the clipboard, and from the clipboard, you can paste it into Excel or another program. But let's do this in StatCrunch. Open in StatCrunch. The nice thing is the data are already loaded. We want to do a histogram. Histogram is a graph, so it's under graph. Graph, histogram. We want the first variable, compute, and here's the answer. So we can see this does not match up with answer A. This matches up perfectly with answer B. This does not match up with answer C. So we verified using StatCrunch that B is the right answer. Okay. Now, is it skewed right, skewed left, or symmetric? Well, this involves some subjectivity. Because there are only 15 points, we don't have a very detailed look at the histogram. So it's not perfectly symmetric, like our first picture here, but it's not strongly skewed either. So I would probably say that this is skewed left, that most of the numbers are here with a little bit off to the left. It's not too far away from symmetric though, but maybe it would be skewed left. That might be the right the best answer. These visual questions, sometimes the answer is subjective. Let's check. Okay, MyStatLab agrees. Okay, the mean number of hours. Well, let's do this. We could do this either in StatCrunch or Excel. Maybe let me just do all StatCrunch for this example so we get more familiar with StatCrunch. The mean number of hours, I loaded the data in StatCrunch again by clicking that double window icon. If we want to compute things like mean, variance, standard deviation, that's under Stat, Summary Stats. Okay, this is why recordings of the video can be useful because it's at first difficult to remember where all these menu items are. As we go along, though, it'll be easier because we only use a few of them. Okay, summary stats, the data are in a single column. We select it by clicking on it and compute. The mean is 18.33333, etc. Integer or decimal to 3 decimal places. It's important for you to put down the correct number of decimals. MyStatLab is a real pain in the butt about that. If you don't have the right number of decimal places, either too few or too many, you might get marked wrong. So 18.333. Oops. 333. Well, let me just remind you this. Say you put something in wrong. Okay, 18.8888 is the wrong answer. We know it's 18.333. I'll check the answer, and it says bzzz, not correct. So I'll put in the right answer now. 333. And it's nice work. Okay, so as long as you get numeric answers in the first 3 tries, you can go on. Median is 20. Okay, so I'm just reading it off the report. In other words, if we took these 15 numbers, nope, that's not what I wanted. We took these 15 numbers and put them in order. 18, 21, 19, I'm going down the first row, 18, 25, 27, 6. So kind of writing them on a number line. If we put them in order and picked the middle one, that's the median. Well, StatCrunch has already done the work for us. StatCrunch told us the middle one is 20. So I put in 20. Which is better to use, median or mean? If you have symmetric data. If we have symmetric data, I'll choose a color. You can request colors if you like. If we have symmetric data, the mean is the best measure to use. If we have skewed data, the median is the best to use. Median is not affected as much by the skew. So since this is skewed, we should use the median.